Your eyes are closing. Your spirit is roaming free. What do you see?
I see Dracula. He's commanding me to make a Halloween special all about him.
You will sleep now. Sleep. Sleep.
Wait, I can't sleep now. There's too many adventure games to review.
Adventure Game.
He's solving riddles great and small.
Adventure Game.
Adventure games, he loves them all. Every day is a new quest, exploring north, south, east, and west. Point and click to find the answers that we seek. Adventure Game Geek.
Hello there, fellow adventurers, and happy Halloween! In this special spooktacular episode, we're going to be looking at both Dracula Resurrection and Dracula the Last Sanctuary. As you can see from the box, we're getting two great hits for one low price. Double your entertainment value. But wait, there's more. Encounter the myth. Experience the adventure. An adventure that will astonish. A challenge that will be remembered. Don't you just love these box flaps? My hand! Dracula Resurrection was released in October of 1999 and developed by Index Plus, Canal Plus Multimedia, and France Telecom Multimedia. France Telecom? Is this an adventure game or a phone? Previously, these companies had worked on historical and educational titles, such as Paris 1313, The Mystery of Notre Dame Cathedral. Just imagine if this was more like a guided tour of Transylvania. Here we see the BORGO Pass Inn, famous for the world's creakiest cupboard. The finest Romanian pan flute music, and bridges that have passed the highest safety standards. Our story begins in BORGO in 1897, where a 19th century FedEx delivery is in progress. The contents of the package turns out to be Dracula himself. Sign here, please! Without a signature, Dracula is returned to the FedEx warehouse to be delivered another day. 7 years later, that day has finally arrived, and our hero Jonathan Harker must travel all the way from London to Transylvania to pick up the Drac Pack. Alright, so I made all that up. But Dracula is indeed back, and he's captured Harker's wife, Mina. We must get to his castle at once.
Madam, I must go to the castle as soon as possible.
Tonight is St. George's Eve. At the stroke of midnight, all the evil roaming the world will be master on Earth. Do you realise where you're going and what you will face?
Extreme close-up! Wah!
Let's see what the other patrons of this humble inn have to say.
The old people say that there's an underground passage leading to the castle, but that's just a tall tale. If there's a passage, no one knows where the entrance is.
Are you hitting on me? Some other people around here aren't quite so friendly.
Go away! And don't come back!
How rude!
Get away from this cabin! Otherwise you'll have to answer to me!
How very rude! These two unsavory characters are Dracula's goons, and we must figure out how to deal with them in order to progress. A trusty baseball bat should do the trick. I'm sure he'll be okay. In the nearby cemetery, we find a grave with a swirling vortex, so naturally we use a pickaxe to dig it up. Inside, we find the most handy item in the game, the dragon ring.
In our country, Transylvania, The dragon is a very evil creature. The dragon is the guardian of the gates to hell.
The dragon ring is used to enter a secret underground passage beneath the inn. At this point, I should mention that both Grimbeard and Scarfulhu have reviewed these games before. Soon we need to use the dragon ring again. Let's keep count of the number of times we use it, shall we?
That's 2. 2 dragon rings.
This whole underground section reminds me of Indiana Jones, culminating in a minecart ride just like in Temple of Doom. The difference being that Jonathan Harker isn't really an intrepid archaeologist, and looks more like a lost cat that accidentally jumped onto a moving vehicle. Once the roller coaster ride is over, we get to use the dragon ring once again.
That's 3. 3 dragon rings.
And now, while his goons watch our hero's progress, Dracula makes his dramatic entrance.
Boo! Scared you, didn't I? Alright, let's get back to Drac.
You will be rewarded. He'll soon find out what it costs to attack me. What greater pain could I possibly inflict on him than impede his quest when time is so precious?
I love how expressive Dracula is with his body language.
What greater pain could I possibly inflict on him than impede his quest when time is so precious?
Finally, we reach Dracula's castle. Of course, the first thing to do is use the dragon ring.
That's 4. 4 dragon rings.
We meet an old crone called Dorco hanging out in the dungeon.
And you, what are you doing here?
My name is Jonathan Harker. Count Dracula has kidnapped my wife and...
Dracula, the traitor!
I get the feeling that she doesn't like Dracula very much.
You have opened my prison, but I am still not free. I can no longer get into the castle. Help me break the curse that binds me, and I will help you. I will help you to get your wife back.
As you may have noticed by now, there's not much music in the game, just sound effects to create the dark and creepy atmosphere. In the castle, for example, we can hear creaking. In the castle, for example, we can hear creaking, scuffling, and the scraping of stone. If we listen very closely, we could even hear Dracula fart.
Sorry, I just couldn't resist.
This castle is a puzzle solver's playground, and there are many secrets to discover. One puzzle involves the signs of the zodiac, and as every seasoned adventurer knows, it's a good idea to know your zodiac signs. This zodiac puzzle in particular took me absolutely ages to solve. It's very satisfying when you finally solve a puzzle and reveal a hidden passage or secret compartment.
Because that's what good old adventure gaming is all about. Am I right or am I right?
Am I right? Am I right?
Remember the famous creaky cupboard at the inn? Well, Dracula's castle holds the record for the creakiest door. It's so creaky, the sound follows you even after you've opened it. One of the magical items we find here is a crystal ball that we can show to Dorco. Okay, time to use the dragon ring once again.
That's 5. 5 dragon rings.
Solving each puzzle leads to the next one. And the next. And the next. And the next. Each time gets us one step closer to rescuing our beloved Mina. That is, if we don't get seduced by Dracula's brides.
Who has dared? Who has taken the sacred amulet?
Oh, sorry, I was distracted for a moment there.
Put that amulet down right now, or my sisters and I will make you die a horrible death.
Put amulet down or die a horrible death. Let me think about this one. Amulet down, horrible death. Amulet down, horrible death. You know what? I'm gonna go with the horrible death. Alright, look, I can't wait around all day. I have to rescue Mina. Let's just take a rain check on this horrible death, okay? Cheerio.
And now for the final puzzle, we use the dragon ring one last time. That's 6! 6 dragon rings! Ha 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 ha! Alright, that's enough counting. Dracula conveniently invented a flying machine that we can use to escape, in the same way that Will Smith and Jeff Goldblum escaped the alien mothership in Independence Day. Not sure how Mina doesn't fall off that contraption, but in any case, Jonathan Harker flies off into the sunset. But it's not over yet, there's still the small matter of defeating Dracula. Again. The last sanctuary picks up shortly after Resurrection left off. Mina has been marked by Dracula's bite and is being cared for by Dr. Seward. Our man Jonathan decides to pay a visit to Carfax Abbey to look for clues. There are a plethora of items to pick up here, so follow adventure game rule number 41 and pick up anything that isn't nailed down. We're having a jolly old time picking up items when we get rudely interrupted. Ah, a monster! Good thing I got my trusty Nerf gun. It seems this creature is immune to Nerf bullets. What's that bar at the top? A timer? I wonder what happens when it runs out.
Let's find out, shall we? Ooh, it made one step forward. We're really in the shit now. Alright, I've waited long enough. Can you hurry up and kill me, please?
What happened? It looked like the creature was about to kiss us to death. Well, turns out we're supposed to shoot the lock on the door behind us and then barricade it with a chest of drawers. I was stuck in this room for a while before realizing I missed a hotspot in the fireplace, where there's a poker hiding in the corner. There's other elusive hotspots throughout the game that make you wish there was a shortcut to display them.
Nah, that would make the game too easy. And besides, hunting for hotspots turns me on. Let's move on, shall we?
The monsters can be defeated using the power of sunlight. There's a sweet scene here where Jonathan swings on this crystal chandelier and the light shining through the crystals decimates the remaining monsters. I'm not sure if Jonathan really planned for that to happen. It looks like he was just trying to escape. I mean, is this the face of a killer? After a pleasant trip through the sewers, we check in on Mina and Dr. Seward at the sanitarium, which reminds me I really need to review that game sometime.
Diagnosis crazy.
Seward tells us about an amulet that can be combined with our trusty dragon ring to make a powerful weapon to defeat Dracula.
To defeat Dracula once and for all, we have got to find his lair and strike at the heart.
Wow, he banged the table so hard he made himself stutter.
And strike at the heart. Strike at the heart. Strike at the heart.
Next stop on our vampiric travels is Highgate Cemetery, where we meet a goon who wants to put us in the grave.
Prepare to die. Oh, but don't worry. I shall make sure it's slow and extremely painful.
Well, he's right about one thing. This certainly is slow.
Dracula has his own tomb here, but the entrance is guarded by 3 gargoyles who don't take kindly to mere mortals like us trying to get in. Returning to the sanitarium, we find Dr. Seward and Mina have disappeared. Perhaps there's a clue on this phonograph cylinder, which, if you didn't know, was used in the early 20th century to record audio before the invention of microphones.
I have a feeling that the noose is tightening around us, and... But what? My God! It's Dracula!
But what? My God. It's...
Fluffy! He's gonna join us for the rest of the video. This audio recording also gives us a subtle hint at where to find one of the items we need to progress.
Let me just relieve you of that wedding ring, which you won't be needing any longer. Now wake up.
If you listen very closely, you can hear the wedding ring fall to the floor.
Now wake up.
So, the ring is somewhere in this office, but if you didn't know that, it's really easy to miss. I like to take my time looking around, but I still just missed it. Talk about hard to find hotspots, this one's a real fly sucker.
Delicious. This fly is a real treat.
Suddenly we hear the distant ring of a telephone.
Oh, hang on, my phone's ringing. Hello?
I am Dracula.
Oh, hey, Drac, it's you. Hey, I was thinking of coming by your castle sometime.
I bid you welcome.
Alright, great, that's very nice of you. Alright, I'll come by after I finish this video. For some reason, we decide to give up our precious dragon ring to this inmate called Hopkins. In exchange, he gives us his glasses that allows us to see the hidden clues in this book, which is essential when solving puzzles such as this combination lock. The glasses also reveal weak spots in the undead. Where did he go? He just disappeared? After another scenic ride through the sewers, we enter the Styx Theatre, where those film cans we saw at Carfax came from. Let's see what movie is showing tonight.
Mina.
This must be one of those art house theaters that show German expressionist films. Sadly, Dr. Seward has been turned into the undead and decides to sacrifice himself along with the theater.
I guess he thought the movie really sucked.
Soon after, however, Dracula captures us.
In a few moments, life as you know it will cease to exist.
Oh, this is it. He's gonna bite us.
You will become one of those beings you've so vainly fought against.
Here it comes.
There could be no more miserable fate than Jonathan Harker's.
Hey, where's he going? Come on, come back. Bite me, I'm here. Bite me. Bite me, I'm here.
I'm here! Kill me! Come on, kill me! I'm here!
Even when we manage to escape from Dracula's clutches, he's still lurking in the shadows, waiting to surprise us.
He's behind you.
Wait, what's this tomfoolery? That's not the real Dracula, it's Mecha Dracula. Okay, looks like we'll have to use more than steel to defeat this mechanical nightmare. How about slicing it to pieces in a fan?
That'll do it.
Time to return once more to the sanitarium and assemble an anti-vampire device. We could try and figure out how to use this contraption to get rid of these vampire rats, but I've got a better idea.
Hordes of rats blocking your path? You need rodent gone. Takes care of rats in an instant.
How about those gargoyles guarding Dracula's tomb?
Stone gargoyles getting in your way? You need Gargoyle Gone, guaranteed to make those gargoyles be gone.
With the gargoyles gone, we can now enter Dracula's tomb, which has a combination lock that looks like the diagram in this book. This is when Jonathan finally closes in on his undead adversary to save Mina.
Mina!
Here we see all the unfortunate adventurers who failed in their quest. Obviously they didn't have any rat or gargoyle spray. I like how they're all arranged in different positions, either tied to the wall, hung upside down, or slumped over with a dagger in the neck. There's even one suspended with chains.
Hey, that kind of reminds me of Phantasmagoria 2. Oh, hang on, that's my phone again.
Hello, Curtis Gregg.
Hello, Curtis, you filthy little mother-licking.
Remember Dracula's castle from the first game? Well, here we are again, and looks like not much has changed. Dorko the witch is still lurking in the dungeon.
I know why you're here. I've seen Mina. She's in the castle. From now on, nothing can save you. You will die.
Come on, Dorko, don't be such a downer.
Let the shadows witness my gesture!
Yeah, what was that you just said about dying again?
Everything is going dark. Is there no light to welcome Dorko?
You know, I kind of feel sorry for her. Even though in the first game she betrayed us and left us to die.
What better proof can I give him of my allegiance than delivering his enemy into his hands, retrieving the dragon ring, and protecting his betrothed?
Dracula's lurking around here somewhere. It's just a deadly game of chess to outsmart him.
Just who do you think you are to defy me in my own castle?
I'm the Adventure Game Geek. Would you like to subscribe to my channel?
The punishment of death awaits you in this room.
Guess not.
We take a cable car up to the very top of the castle. Reminds me of the gold saucer in Final Fantasy VII. Here we can play fun mini-games like shoot the goon with the cannon. In order to reach Dracula's last sanctuary, hence the name of the game, we must undergo 3 trials.
3 devices of such lethal cunning.
Booby traps?
Oh, yes.
For completing each trial, we obtain a handle. The first trial is what's called Satan's Claws, where if we put a foot wrong, we meet a grisly end. What happened there? How did we die? For this last stage of the game, it feels like the developers ran out of time, and game overs are left up to the imagination. The second trial is the Dragon Room, which is actually pretty straightforward. Just pull the chains in the correct order to extinguish the flames. The third room looks like something out of Alien. Oh look, the handle we need is right there. This is easy.
Alright, maybe not so easy.
Once we've obtained all 3 handles, the logical thing to do is to melt them all with dragonfire to make one mega handle that can be used to summon the elevator to the last sanctuary. So here we are at last, the final confrontation with Dracula. And from this angle, it looks like he has the upper hand.
Mina will be my queen forever.
And from this angle, Jonathan looks like he's already turning into a vampire himself. Okay, let's prepare to engage in Mortal Kombat. And by Mortal Kombat, I mean everyone stands around like mannequins waiting for us to do something. Using the wedding ring on Mina breaks the spell, and she and Jonathan engage in the most awkward embrace ever.
You can kill anyone who gets in your way, but you will never destroy our love, because it is stronger even than death itself.
That's enough! I will not tolerate this any longer.
That's enough! I will not tolerate these grotesque animations any longer!
Time for Jonathan to use his secret ninja skills.
Alright, this really is the end, and you'll never guess how Dracula eventually dies.
Well, I think that the ceiling collapses, the statue of St. George falls from above, and its giant lance impales Dracula in his throne.
That's ridiculous. That would never happen.
Is this really the end?
So, in summary, Andrew Hayden from Retro Island Gaming is curious how these games hold up today. Well, to be honest, they haven't aged very well, and remind me a lot of Necronomicon, but not so much that I feel like drinking.
Oh boy, I'm really gonna need this before reviewing this game.
I'm going to give Dracula Resurrection and The Lost Sanctuary 6 dragon rings out of 10.